In today's show, mega bullish signal or real breakdown. I'll be sharing the 5 things to watch out for in the Bitcoin market this week, including crypto analyst, Crypto Tony. Nice relief waves to see this morning on altcoins. Remember, Bitcoin is still in a range, so we need to clear $31,000 for this relief to continue. And as crypto edge shares, not sure if we should be very bullish here on Bitcoin plus ETH. Weekend pump on thin order books into resistance. ETH and Bitcoin close to go for that liquidity above the blue dotted line. And as shared here by the Wolf of Wall Streets, the mean crypto greed and fear index is at a 10, lower than we dropped to $25,000. People are still becoming more fearful. Extreme fear equals blood on the streets, which equals long-term buying opportunity, even if there's more pain to come. And as shared here, Bitcoin is on the verge of a mega bullish signal. In my opinion, not a time to be greedy, looking for bottom ticks. And as you can see here in this chart, this could just be the start of the bull run of 2022. Also in today's show, Bitcoin Lightning Network capacity crosses 3,900 BTC, marking a new all-time high. That's right, layer 2 adoption is happening now, even if it is slow and in bursts. Behind the scenes, layer 2s are improving reliability, decreasing fees, and increasing accessibility. Layer 2s are still building and improving, and that's fantastic. Also in today's show, billionaire venture capitalist Tim Draper says women will drive the next Bitcoin bull run. And he also predicts a Bitcoin price of $250,000 per coin by the end of this year, or by the latest, early next year. Also in today's show, top crypto analyst gives 3 massive price targets for the King crypto in the year 2030. That's right, his most conservative bear case target for Bitcoin in 2030 is $576,000, which is 20x from the current price. And he goes on to share his best case scenario for the King crypto is a target of 1.55 million per coin in the year 2030, and his expected target is $785,955. I'll be breaking this down for you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. The goal is to get to 100,000 subs, and if you like getting that crypto, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. How's it going, crypto fam? I'm your host, JV. Doesn't it feel amazing to see the Bitcoin and crypto market back in the green? Let's freaking go. Now for the 5 things to watch out for in the Bitcoin market this week. Can Bitcoin avoid 10 weeks of red candles? Well, thanks to an unexpected but welcome U-turn overnight into May 30th, Bitcoin is breaking with the tradition. This week, Asian trading provided the backdrop to some solid gains, with both Japan's Nikkei and Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index up over 2% at the time of this recording. The trigger came from the news that China is planning to relax some of its COVID restrictions and open up the economy. About time. Now, Bitcoin nonetheless outperformed equities prior to European trading getting underway. After an initial red hour candle following the weekly close, Bitcoin abruptly rose to 29,300 to the current levels of 30,700, which you can see here in the Bitcoin 1-week candle chart. Now, while caution remains thanks to the weekly close still being red, Bitcoin could end its 9-week losing streak this week as long as the next closing price is at least $29,500. However, for some, the overnight action alone was not enough to get noticeably more positive on the near-term outlook. As JCL Capital tweeted here, Bitcoin on the verge of a mega bullish signal. In my opinion, not a time to be greedy, looking for bottom ticks. And as crypto analyst, Crypto Tony shares here, good morning legends. Nice relief waves to see this morning on altcoins. Remember, Bitcoin is still in a range, so we need to clear $31,000 for this relief to continue. And others focused on the idea of the current gains being just another relief bounce and that Bitcoin should return lower afterwards, as pointed out here. Surprisingly, Bitcoin's still hanging in there. Looks like a fake breakdown on the RSI. ATM, everything changes if Bitcoin crosses 28,400 again, and in an update 6 hours ago. This is why you should be able to change your bias as new data comes in. That really was a fake breakdown, and now we see the real one, which you can see here in this chart. And popular trading account TMV Crypto, meanwhile, flagged the overnight lows as key support to hold on going forward. And Crypto Edge shares here, morning, wish all a great week. Not sure if we should be very bullish here on Bitcoin plus ETH. Weekend pump on thin order books into resistance. ETH and Bitcoin close to go for that liquidity above the blue dotted line. And he also shares, saw some on my feed going short, which was understandable when seeing the weakness in the charts. Once again, a great example to be cautious over the weekend. Too often you get played on thin order books, hence I prefer to not open new positions over the weekend. US dollar currency index bounced from my green box, but it was a weak bounce, rejected at the SNR and going down again. But I see a falling wedge here. I don't think this will go much deeper. And let's add the selling pressure popping up on Coinbase to my case for not being too bullish here. As pulled on Coinbase plus Binance, might see some more upside coming hours. I am not turning bullish yet on this. Also like to point out that a CME futures gap left from May 27th at 29,000 meanwhile provides a further bearish target, which you can see right here in this chart. Now for the second factor to keep your eyes out on this week at the Bitcoin market, analysts say stocks rebound is a bear market rally. That's right, with US stock markets closed for a public holiday today on May 30th, it will be up to Europe and Asia to dictate the day's mood. And with the World Economic Forum behind them, crypto hodlers may be able to breathe a small sigh of relief going into the new month prior to another U.S. Federal Reserve meeting in mid-June. And quoting economist Holger here, stock investors watching for signs of stability. Wall Street's fear gauge, investors' sentiment and bond spreads are tracked for clues where the market might go next. But only one of the 5 sentiment indicators suggests that the worst is over in the markets. Now for the third factor to keep your eyes out on this week in the Bitcoin market, dollar strength tags 1-month lows. That's right, coming to test support levels throughout the past week has been the strength of the US dollar. After surging to levels not seen since December of 2002, the US dollar index is finally coming back down to earth and even challenging its year uptrend. Quoting Crypto Rover here, this could just be the start of the bull run of 2022, but nonetheless at 101.49, the US dollar currency index was at its lowest level since April 25th, which you can see here in this chart. Now for the fourth factor to keep your eyes out on this week at the Bitcoin market, and that's Bitcoin nearing a cyclic bottom. That's right, not everyone is bearish amongst Bitcoin analysts, and one of them, the CryptoQuant CEO, Ki Jong-yu, has data to prove why. Uploading the latest readings from Bitcoin's realized cap distribution, Ki argued that in fact, Bitcoin is currently at a similar stage to March of 2020. Realized cap reflects the price at which each Bitcoin last moved and can be broken down into age bands. Now these in turn show the proportion of the Bitcoin supply that makes up its realized cap, which last moved a certain length a time ago. Right now, 62% of the realized cap involves unspent transaction outputs from 6 months ago or longer. And for Key, that signifies floor territory for the Bitcoin price and has been the case historically and most significantly during the March 2020 COVID crash. Quoting him here, Bitcoin getting close to the cyclic bottom. He summarized, now UTXOs over 6 months old take 62% of the realized cap. In the March 2020 March great sell-off, this indicator reached 62% as well. And now for the fifth and final factor to keep your eyes out on this week in the Bitcoin market, and that sentiment hints at long-term buying opportunity. That's right, it takes a lot of bullish price action to shift sentiment into the green in the current environment. Despite the overnight move up, sentiment remains firmly in the extreme fear zone across Bitcoin and altcoins, as crypto analyst Scott Melker, the Wolf of Wall Street, points out here. The meme crypto fear and greed index is at 10, lower than we dropped to $25,000. People are still becoming more fearful. Extreme fear equals blood in the streets, which equals long-term buying opportunity, even if there is more pain to come. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index, you can see we have been stuck in extreme fear for quite a long time. And checking out the latest update from Plan B, creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model, looking forward to the next 2 years of this halving cycle, which you can see here in this chart in the green and in the blue. And regarding the stock to flow model, he shares here, even if the original $55,000 model was right and the later $100,000 update wrong, the difference is only 2x. Remember that stock to flow model was created in March 2019 when Bitcoin was below $4,000. In my opinion, the correctly predicted 14x rise from $4,000 to $55,000 is worth more than the 2x prediction era from $55,000 to $100,000. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the quant analyst. And as pointed out here, breaking news just in, the Central African Republic president says Bitcoin is the currency of the universe. And also quoting Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank, Bitcoin will be the reserve currency of the world. Let's freaking go. And before I break down next story of the day, Bitcoin Lightning Network capacity crosses 3,900 BTC, marking a new all-time high. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, all the major cryptos are currently pumping, and in the green, it's about time, isn't it? Bitcoin up almost 4% for the day, maintaining just above $30,500. We have Ether up about 4%, trading at around $1,900, while Binance Coin, XRP, Cardano, Polkadot, and Solana are all pumping and in the green. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Unwithered by the ongoing bear market, Bitcoin's underlying architecture continues to outperform itself, further securing, decentralizing, and speeding up the impenetrable peer-to-peer network. The same holds true for the Bitcoin Lightning Network. The Bitcoin Lightning Network capacity attained an all-time high of 3,915 BTC, as evidenced by data from Bitcoin Visuals, displaying a commitment to the cause of improving Bitcoin transaction speeds and reducing fees over the Layer 2 protocol. Now, the Bitcoin Lightning Network was first implemented into the Bitcoin mainnet in 2018 to address Bitcoin's infamous scalability issues, and has ever since been able to maintain an upward trajectory in terms of expanding its capacity. Now, the climb, however, saw a temporary disruption on April 18th when the Lightning Network capacity dropped by 7.7% from 3,687 to 3,402 Bitcoin in a matter of a week, showcasing a network resilience. The drop was accompanied by a quick recovery back to 3,718 Bitcoin by May 2nd. And moreover, statistics data, which you can see here from 1ML, shows that all the other aspects of the Bitcoin Lightning Network continue to grow parallel to Bitcoin's global adoption drive. Now, Redditor's data-driven prediction hints at a major disruption that will see crypto industry move away from bridging between Layer 1 blockchains towards Layer 2s, as explained by the OP. Quoting them here, Layer 2 adoption is happening now, even if it is slow and in bursts. Behind the scenes, Layer 2s are improving reliability, decreasing fees, and increasing accessibility. Layer 2s are still building and improving, and that's fantastic. And as Cointelegraph previously reported, Layer 2 scaling solutions take advantage of Layer 1 security and process multiple transactions into a single package. So there you have it. And before I break down next story of the day, billionaire Tim Draper says women will drive the next Bitcoin bull run, and he predicts a $250,000 Bitcoin price before the end of this year or by early next year, the latest. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting just under $1.3 trillion with over $69 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. The current Bitcoin dominance still on the rise at 46% even, with the Ether dominance at 18.1%. And checking out the top 100 cryptocurrency gainers in the past 24 hours, we have Waves up about 30%, trading at $5.68, followed by Helium up 20%, trading at $8.65, followed by KNC up 16%, trading at $2.18. And checking out the top 100 cryptocurrency gainers for the past week, you can still see a sea of red, which is a handful in the green, including XCN up 75.2%, WEMIX up 37.8%, and SFM up 23.1%. And I already broke down for you the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, which shows we're currently rated a 10 out of 100 in extreme fear. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Renowned billionaire investor Tim Draper insists that a time will come when women begin driving up the price of Bitcoin as more retailers start offering as a more cost-effective payment option at shops. Now, Draper, a Bitcoin investor himself, told host Scott Melker on the Wolf of Wall Street's podcast that women could be the key in pushing the largest crypto by market cap up to $250,000 per coin. He reasons that the store owners begin to accept Bitcoin as payment more widely all of a sudden, and all of the women will have Bitcoin wallets and they will be buying things with Bitcoin. Quoting him here, then you're going to see Bitcoin price that'll just blow through my $250,000 estimate. Also like to point out that he says this $250,000 price target is likely by the end of this year in 2022 or early next year. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the billionaire venture capitalist. Draper believes that it is in the retailer's best interest to begin accepting Bitcoin sooner than later. He acknowledges that most store owners operate on low margins, so the reduced transaction fees compared to working with major credit card companies such as Visa or MasterCard could increase Bitcoin's incentives. And if you haven't checked out that podcast, be sure to check it out. I'll include the link in the show notes below the video in the description. And according to Credit Donkey, the average credit card transaction costs merchants up to 2.9% in-store and 3.5% online per purchase. And by comparison, the average Bitcoin transaction fee comes in at a flat $1.40 per transaction, according to BitInfo charts. Now, Draper hints that the benefit to retailers is obvious. He said that women control about 80% of retail spending, and that retailers can save a lot on fees paid to credit card companies by choosing Bitcoin. Now, check this out. Women currently constitute 30% of all crypto owners in the United States, according to Morning Consult. Now, the level of adoption that Draper hopes for may not be far off, as Morning Consult found that about 24% of American households own crypto, which is up 2% from July 2021. So if Tim Draper is right, then it could start a cascade event, which would also validate MasterCard CEO Michael Maybach's prediction that the global payment system SWIFT would not exist in 5 years. Maybach made the shocking prediction last week at the World Economic Forum in Davos. So there you have it. What are your thoughts surrounding the extinction of Swift in the next 5 years, as well as Tim Draper's $250,000 Bitcoin price prediction before the end of this year or by early next year? Let me know in the comments right down below. And before I break down final story of the day, top crypto analyst gives 3 massive price targets for the King Crypto in the year 2030. But first, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for detailed analysis of what's going on in the crypto market. This goes for all 1,200 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also, some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including my crypto merch store live at merch.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And of course, you can follow me on all the major podcasts and platforms, from Spotify, home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Apple's iTunes and Google Play. And we're currently receiving over 500,000 downloads per month on the pod, so I greatly appreciate your continued support. And if you're listening to the podcast, be sure to also check out the YouTube channel at cryptonewsalerts.net for the full premium experience with video. And of course, you can follow me on crypto Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, and TikTok. So wherever you're at, be sure to plug in and follow me there. But all right, now for the moment you have all been waiting for. The host of InvestAnswers is envisioning 3 possible price points for the King Crypto in the year 2030 as Bitcoin struggles to reclaim the $30,000 mark. In a new video update, the analyst tells his 439,000 YouTube subs that his bear case for Bitcoin in 2030 is $576,000, which is about 1,886% from the current prices, quoting the analyst here. So not bad from where we are today. That's basically a 20x, give or take a couple of dollars, which is a huge return, but still it is a moving target. Things change all the time. Adoption changes, networks changes, competition changes. Bear that in mind. And the crypto analyst also looks at the major market cap of gold and posits that Bitcoin could eventually grow to be 40, 60, or 100% of the precious metals market cap, which would equate to 514,000, 785,000, or 1.3 million respectively by 2030. Send it. Quoting him here, the digital gold / store value valuation narrative is very, very important. A lot of people, all of the top experts in the place, do look at this as a core market valuation method. The adoption of Bitcoin is faster than of the internet, and that's mobile phones right now. Therefore, due to Metcalfe's law, this is completely believable. The analyst also lays out a third price target for the King Crypto, which he derives by creating an average of a collection of popular models from Fidelity, ARK Invest, amongst others. And by combining some of the well-known models in the space, the host of the popular YouTube channel comes up with a Bitcoin price target of $1.55 million per coin in the year 2030, which you can see here. Model of models, IA model, Metcalfe, Fidelity, FOSS, Bond EV model, ARK 2030 projections, average of models, 1.55 million per coin. And by combining all 3 of those price targets, the host finds an average expected target of $785,955 for the King Crypto, with $576,389 being the low end of the range and $1.55 million being the most optimistic forecast for Bitcoin. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the host of InvestAnswers that we're likely to see a $576,000 to $1.55 million Bitcoin price by the year 2030. Let me know what side of the spectrum you're leaning towards in the comments right down below. And now for a quick recap, what I covered with you here in today's show: mega bullish signal or a real breakdown. I shared with you the 5 things to watch out for in the Bitcoin market this week. Also shared that the Bitcoin Lightning Network capacity crosses 3,900 BTC, marking yet another new all-time high. And also shared with you that Tim Draper, the billionaire venture capitalist, says women will drive the next Bitcoin bull market, and he predicts a $250,000 Bitcoin price before the end of this year or by early next year. And I also shared with you top crypto analyst InvestAnswers gives 3 massive Bitcoin price targets for the year 2030, ranging between $500,000 and $1.55 million per coin. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now for the top 3 comments from yesterday's episode. Jenny Jones wrote, "Hey JV, thanks for the shout out. Happy weekend to you and the crypto fam. Thanks for the never ending amazing crypto news. Happy holiday weekend and many blessings to you too, Jenny. Always appreciate your comments and support." hodl. And our next featured comment comes from Lawrence Abramoff, who wrote, totally disagree with Max Kaiser. Michael Saylor has credibility. Most OGs are maxis and no one will listen to them. Saylor is the longest serving CEO of a publicly traded company and a billionaire. His words carry more weight than Kaiser. Right on, Lawrence. Thanks for sharing. Don't get me wrong. I love Saylor and think he's the best public representative Bitcoin can have personally. However, I would also love to see Max get some limelight on television too, because he has been bullish on Bitcoin, telling his audience to buy it via the Kaiser report since 2011, back when Bitcoin was only $1. So his knowledge is priceless. And our third and final featured comment comes from Mr. T. JV, when do you think Mexico will adopt Bitcoin? And why do you think they will be one of the ones who are next? Great question, fam. For starters, Indira Kempis, who is a senator of Mexico, has been talking about adopting Bitcoin as legal tender for quite some time. Also, we have the third richest man in Mexico, Ricardo Salinas, who is also very bullish on the King crypto. So there's been a lot of talks about potential adoption. I feel it can happen this year. Is there a guarantee? Absolutely not, but I would not be shocked if it did. And to be featured on tomorrow's episode, drop me a comment right down below.